What's up YouTube, this is Remington M700 here. Just going to do a quick review of my Remington 700 SPS and 223 Remington. First things first, do a quick safety check. Guns unloaded, obviously. You can see there's nothing there. Alright, so I'm going to be going down a list of talking points here. So just stick with me and we'll see how it goes. Alright. First things first, accessories for the gun. Obviously you have your optic, I'll go over that later. One of the most basic ones that would really improve accuracy would be the bipod here. This is a NC Star, I think it's 6 to 13 adjustable aluminum bipod. Highly recommended. It's only about, the bipods are only about like $30 or so. And really high value. I've got 3 of them and they've done good for me. So recommended optics, this has a Bushnell banner, 6 to 18 by 50 with parallax adjustment from 10 yards to infinity. It has really crisp image when you're hunting and stuff. I've hunted turkey with this gun. Really clear right at dusk. The 50mm really helps because it draws all available light in so that you can see. It's got loopholed rings and weaver bases. The scope holds 0 really well. Like you can sit here and just beat on it and then it does just fine. Hold 0, never had a problem with it. I've hit it up against stuff, almost dropped it a couple times, so it's alright. The next thing, I'll go with accuracy. Highly accurate gun. Unfortunately I don't have any targets to show you, they got thrown away on accident. But I will tell you, I was shooting with 100 yards with Hornady 55 grain VMAX mollies. And it shot inside a dime. I think I shot a 3-shot group inside a dime at 100 yards. So it's really accurate, just right out of the box. One thing that really helps the accuracy is the X-Mark Pro adjustable trigger. It's factory preset at 3.5 pounds, I believe. Really crisp, really nice. Really like the trigger. The ammo that I would use, I've shot probably 500 rounds through this gun, and some of it was just plinking, some of it was target, some of it was hunting. Really good target and hunting load would be these Hornady, like I said earlier, the Hornady 55 grain VMAX with mollies. They're really accurate. These are the ones that I shot inside a dime with at 100 yards, and I really like them, and they are, you know, I mean my local gun shop has them for, you can see they're $17.99. Really not a bad price considering some of the Remington core locks are like $22, $23, and I think the feet per second on these is around 3,400 feet per second, so it's really fast bullet. Other loads, I've used American Eagle 55 grain full metal jackets. Those hold up really well, surprisingly, for what they are. You can get them for like around $5 a 20. I think at Walmart is where I get them at. And we were shooting at 250 and 400 yards, and they hold up really well at that distance. We had like 6-inch metal plates at 250 yards and a 12-inch plate at 400 yards, and they were going just straight through the plates. They were about a 1/4 inch thick, and they're surprisingly accurate for how cheap they are, and they're factory loads. They're not reloads, so those are really good too. I've shot Federal 100 round bulk pack. Those are okay. Never had any problems with those either. The bolt on this gun, I really like it. It is really smooth. It's almost like glass. Just right out of the box, like nothing done to it. Maybe a little bit of gun oil or something, but Other than that, it's like super smooth. Love the bolt. The bolt handle is really adequate in size. There's nothing. It's not too big and it's not too small. It's like there's some guns that have a really tiny bolt handle, and I really don't like those. I like something big enough where I can grasp on. But the bolt, really nice. One thing I wish the gun had was a detachable box magazine, but you know, obviously it's got your standard, I think it's 4+1 or 3+1. Just feeds in from the top. Pretty basic. That kind of gets on my nerves sometimes, but you know, just has to deal with it. Thing is really easy to take down and clean. You can take it, the bolt, you just pull it back. There's a little button under here, and you just push it. The bolt comes right out, and you can clean your gun really easily. Doesn't take very long. If you want to take it out of the stock, I think there's let's see here. I don't know if you can see this. There's 2 hex screws right there. There's one here, and there's one right behind the trigger. I think that takes it out of the stock, and then you can go from there and do any other maintenance you need to do. The value on this gun, really high. Since I bought it, the price has actually came down a lot on this gun. I think around, when I got it, it was like, I think it was around $580, and then the scope was $150. Then I had the bipod, that was only about $30. So you know, and then I bought some ammo and a couple of things. It was about $800 by the time we got out of Gander Mountain, after paperwork and everything. Paperwork was really slow. That took like 2 hours, but you know, can't really help that. The quality is just amazing. Like I said, I've had like 500 rounds through it. No misfeeds, no problems at all. Shoots great, and really recommend this gun for just about anybody. And I think I saw an advertisement the other day. Dick's Sporting Goods, I think, was the one that had it. Don't hold me to it, but it had that with a 12 power scope, and the combo was like around $450 or $500, which would have been, I wish I would have waited, but you can never really tell. I think that about sums it up. Oh, a couple other things. It's got a 24-inch barrel, I think. I went with the longer barrel version, just to help with accuracy a little bit. I didn't really buy the gun for hunting. I bought it more for a target, long range shooting type thing. But it's really not that bad to carry through the woods or anything. That's not really a problem at all. The ergonomics on the gun, great. This Remington supercell recoil pad back here, this thing is amazing. I don't know what they did, but it's amazing. I've shot a lot of guns, high caliber guns and stuff, and with like just, you know, a piece of plastic back there, older guns, and they really hurt. But this thing, it takes up like 90% of the recoil. Like when I shoot it, I don't even feel anything. Like when you shoot, all you do is you just hear the gun going off. Well, and the cartridge anyway, it's not really a hard kicking cartridge, it's just 223, so maybe, but it would definitely help if you got this gun chambered in something higher, like 308 or 300 Win Mag or 30-06 or something like that. But the stock really lightens it up a lot. This thing is tough. I've not really scratched it up all that bad, but it seems to handle, like you can, you know, I mean, you can scratch it like that and it doesn't really do anything, and you can rub it up against, you know, like walk through briars and stuff with it, and it doesn't really have a problem. The grip is pretty good. Really like the ergonomics of the gun. It handles well. It's really not that heavy at all with without this bipod. This bipod's kind of heavy because it's you know, it's not a Harris bipod or anything. It's just NC Star, so you can't expect to be the lightest thing in the world. But oh, and that's another thing. I like the bipod because it's inexpensive and it's basically the same thing as a Harris bipod. And I mean, if you want a Harris bipod, you go ahead and pay $60 for it, or $70. I've seen it up to $80 sometimes, depending on what model you get. And I mean, I can have the same thing here for $30. So just depends on your price point and what you can afford. I think that about sums this review up. If I forget anything, I'll add it later. Thanks for watching. Rate, comment, subscribe. I'll have a couple more reviews coming up of some a Ruger 1022 with Tapco stock, and possibly this ATI GSG 1911 22 long rifle replica. Really like this too. So I will see you guys later.